What have you done, Samyang? You had the world at your feet. You could have conquered the market, and we were all waiting in anticipation, and it looks like you've pissed it all away. You built us up with anticipation weeks ago when you announced your big April release of lenses. 8 new lenses in a variety of different mounts in a very short space of time. Now granted, cheated slightly because the Z mount lenses are nothing more than the pre-existing DSLR lenses, just with the mounts changed. And considering the manual lenses to begin with, you might as well just get a DSLR lens and an adapter, and it'll probably work out cheaper. But where the anticipation was really growing was with the last lens on the lineup, which hasn't officially been announced yet, but there was a lot of speculation as to could this lens be the lens that so many people have been asking and waiting for, a 35mm f1.8/f2. A 35 1.8 is the key focal length, I think, that's missing from Sony's lens lineup at the moment. They've got it all covered in the higher end lenses. They've got the 85mm G Master, they've got the Zeiss 50mm f1.4, they've got the Zeiss 35mm f1.4, and then the new Sony 24mm f1.4 G Master lens. But in the lower tier, they've got the 85mm f1.8, they've got the Zeiss 55 1.8, and they've got the 28mm f2, but they've got nothing over that 35mm focal length. And 35mm is one of the most popular focal lengths around. Now, the really annoying thing is that there is actually a 35mm f2 already on the market for Sony E-mount from Zeiss, but it's in their Loxia range, which means it's a manual focus lens. So there's a big gap. They've got f1.4, they've got f2.8, there's that big void in the middle. And so many people have been commenting about how a 35 1.8 is the one lens they are waiting for. And with the announcement from Samyang, that last lens in the lineup looks like a small, compact prime lens, perfect sizing for a 35 1.8. And there was so many people were hoping that it was going to be a 35mm 1.8. And now Sony Alpha Rumors have leaked an image of a 45mm f1.8, which nobody has asked for. I mean, the logic here for me defies reality. I mean, it is really worthy of a Camera Conspiracies board meeting, I think. There's a lot of people here asking for a compact but fast 35mm, like an f1.8. Do you think we should do it? No, I think that's actually a typo and they all meant to type 45mm, so we'll just make one of them instead. Now, yeah, there are 35mm lenses that cover that focal range, but they don't suit a lot of people. I mean, 35mm f2.8s are a little bit too slow at times. I mean, I like to shoot around f1.8, f2. Currently, I'm using the Sigma 35mm art lens, but stopped down to f2. Now, it's the DSLR lens with the MC11 adapter in place. But I said in a video I did months ago when I made the switch and I went through all the different lenses that I was keeping and changing and why I was going for them. I mean, I ditched my Sigma 50mm and 85mm art lenses in favor of the 55 and 85 1.8s because, yeah, the 2/3 of a stop slower, but that's not a huge deal for me considering how much smaller and lighter these are to carry around. They're far more user-friendly and still produce fantastic results. And I would have liked to have switched my 35 1.4 to either a 1.8 or an f2, but there just isn't one on the market. They've got 1.4 sorted, they've got 2.8 sorted, but nobody's come out with the f2. And I know Samyang already make a 1.4 and an f2.8. I mean, maybe they're thinking, we've already got either side of it sorted, we don't want to oversaturate this, and we'll just, you know, if people want faster than 2.8, they'll buy f1.4, but they won't. Do manufacturers actually pay any attention to what people are talking about in the general forums? I mean, I've seen numerous posts around not only this Samyang lens asking for a 35mm. When the Zeiss Batis 40mm came out, there was so many people commenting about that, was so close to that 35mm focal length, but the price of it's just too expensive. And just so many comments on my videos in general, echoing what I've said, that they'd like to see a 35mm 1.8 and they would happily buy a 35mm 1.8. Honestly, if Samyang announced this lens and it was a 35mm 1.8, I would pre-order it without a moment's hesitation. As it happens, they've not. They've made a 45mm 1.8, which I have no use for at all, and here I am making this video instead. But what are your thoughts and opinions on this? Are you like me and waiting around for a 35mm 1.8? Do you think this 45mm is going to be any good, or is it just going to be too close to the 50 and the 55mm that are already on the market? Leave your thoughts and comments in the box down below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.